So very happy to see you all, many faces that I've already seen, many new friends also, hopefully, that I'm going to meet and that we're all going to meet here. So let's get started. So I've decided to have a bit of a theme around the Renaissance because I feel like really like we are living a digital creation Renaissance these days, and the No Code Week is part of this movement. But many of you might wonder how we got here, how this whole event started. So I'd like to tell you a little bit the story about this, then take you where it all started. It all started here in Paris, over a cup of coffee with my friend Stan here. We're neighbors in Paris, and we often have coffee. And in 2022, he told me, so we were still in the pandemic. Do you remember that time where we were all stuck at home? 2022, we started to be able to travel a little bit, and he decided to go on a trip for 5 months across Europe. And he said, like, do you want to join maybe in Portugal and spend some time with me and have fun? And you say, yes, let's meet. But then we said, after a second cup of coffee, we say, oh, maybe we should invite people to join us. Maybe people from the no-code community. The no-code community in France was starting really to boom in 2022. And we say, okay, maybe let's get a bigger flat in Lisbon and invite people. Actually, I think some people, maybe at least one person there was in Lisbon with us. There's a second one, I don't know where he is, but he will. And so we invited people, we decided to create content, we decided to live stream. As you can see, we are passionate for our live stream. And this was the beginning of something that took us in many different places. So the names are a bit weird, but this is, of course, you can imagine all AI generated. So after Lisbon, where we have 4 people, who joined in the house, but also some people came outside of the house. So then we decided to go back in Athens, do it again, second house in October 2022. More people, bigger flat, more people also outside of the house, met many people. And so we figured, okay, so people are willing to meet and build really interesting relations during time like this if we travel somewhere. So maybe what we should do is focus on not hosting people, but actually create content and the event. So we decided to go to Barcelona in April 2023. And this time, we didn't take care of the house. We got a flat for ourselves, but we say, everyone come and we will do content. And so we asked all our friends in the no-code community. We asked our friends from WeWeb, we asked our friends from Tally if they wanted to organize something in Barcelona while we'd be there, and we would bring the people, and then all together we did something interesting. So this was kind of the prototype. Say, okay, like people came, so why should we do like a real thing? So we decided to go and meet. We decided that maybe we should go in Northern Europe, because the first we were more in the south. Of course, there's the sun. We say, okay, maybe we go in north to connect the no-coders community in the north of Europe. So we wanted to go to Cologne also because we have our friends from visual makers over there. And so we say, okay, it's time to meet some Germans. There's many of you. We're very happy that you came back after for our second event. And so we went to Cologne, but we also wanted to do something a bit more professional. So we needed someone, because Stan and I are not like real professionals in organizing events, but we know someone who is, Amandine, who's not here with us, she's upstairs, really dedicated to this. And happens that randomly, Amandine had spent 6 months when she was studying in Cologne. So it was perfect, so we decided to organize this. So in 2024, in June 2024, we all went to Cologne, 80 people. Many of you, who was in Cologne with us? Thanks, nice, very nice to see you again. And it was great, honestly. I think at least that's what you told us from the feedback. So we improved again, and now we're here in Milano. I would like to share just a little vision of what is the No-Code Week for us, and hopefully for you. Because it's important that it's not just a commercial event. It's not something regular. It's long. You've noticed that already. Because we believe that no-code, before anything, is not just tools. It's a movement. It's a movement it's combining 2 things, people and technology. And this whole movement is about democratizing technology, making things accessible, allowing people who can't code to build things. That's important. So if it's about people, it's about community, it's about meeting each other. Tools, of course, mastering those tools, teaching people how to use those tools. This is all making the no-code movement. And the No-Code Week is part of that movement. So that's why it's a long format. It's long, we know. You can work, well, we'll tell you where you can work also at the same time. But it's long because it's only over a long time that you can create deeper relations, we think. At least naturally. Some people are shy, takes time. Some people, like there is many people to meet. But we think that really over 5 days, you have a chance to talk to everyone, or at least everyone you want to talk to, which hopefully is pretty much everyone. And from that, we've seen really even last year, beautiful connections emerge, projects, deeper learning, like real authentic connections. We need, of course, commercial events. We need that, like there's nothing wrong with that. But we believe more in practicing, really, practice. So this is why this event, as opposed to last year, is even more about workshops. I will tell you a bit more about workshops. But really, I think everyone here has something to learn, but everyone also has something to teach. Everyone will have a chance to do that. And that's one of the things we really learned from the French no-code community, if there's something that I can share, is that it's a perfect example for me of how sharing knowledge has brought the community stronger. Like we have a Slack channel with thousands of people that every day exchange knowledge, but also when we meet, then, you know, like it creates really tight bonds. I will go a little faster because I have so many things to tell you that are a bit more practical, but it's important for us also to set the vision. So it's a very international event. So this is a special message for my French friends. Please don't forget to speak English. It's very important. There is many people here who don't speak French. So of course, like I know when you're among each other, then we speak French. But if you see someone else, like for us, it's important. This is a European event or an international event, really, because this is how you broaden your horizons. You know, that's why we want to make the new destination every time, because that's how, you know, you get out of your comfort zone. We can all be a bit different. You know, you're not at home. You can be a bit different. You can be like really more open, and so it's important. One last thing, and then I will get to more talk. The No Code Week is a non-profit event. This is also something that's important for us. So you might not know. So I just wanted to highlight this. We created it, to be honest, partly also as a response to the very commercial events that exist. They're good. They need to be also, but it doesn't mean we're anti-business. Of course, we need business. There are very successful projects around here. Like, so we celebrate that. We celebrate commercial business, professional success, I would say, but we also need to take this apart. And we're very happy that many of our partners like support that and understand this. Sorry, I'm going to take a little. So now that I've set the vision, I would like to tell you a little bit, but it's going to be very quick, but the current state of no-code. Yeah, this is a bit weird when you're looking at me drinking, but it's okay. So yeah, I was supposed to do this presentation just to give you practical information. For some reason, I don't know, I just got very excited, AI generating images, and just wanted to share a bit of my vision for the event. Okay, let's go. So since we last gathered in Cologne, a lot of things have happened, really, I think. We've seen an inflection point in the technology. But first, before even talking about AI, because you can imagine the next slide is about AI, of course, like I'd like to I really think that the no-code ecosystem is very mature. We see like tools like Tally, like software that are very accessible, very easy to use, and yet becoming quite powerful. But on the other side of the spectrum, we also have tools like Xano that are extremely powerful, that show you that we can scale. No code is not limited to MVPs. We've been saying that for a very long time. And yet the term no code is being challenged, being questioned. At the No Code Summit last year, many people were saying, why are we talking about no code? Is it still relevant? Why we don't talk about visual programming? It's a big debate. I'm sure we will have it again this week, and I'm very happy to talk about that. I'm very passionate. I think no code, as I've said, is a movement before anything, but it's also about having choices. It just means not only code, you know. It's like most people can code, so for those people, we need options. And we have more and more options. It's practically infinite now. I think for me, I would say that the real inflection point I saw last year is the release of Claude Sonnet 3.5 by Anthropic, because this is a significant turn. Like before, okay, we all know the LLMs are quite impressive since ChatGPT at the end of 2022, but you know, it couldn't really code. Like he could code a little bit, he could review code, he could do stuff, but now you can just ask any LLMs, but really, I think Claude even more than the other, to build an entire app, to build something real, you know. So that's what we used to do without coding. Now we can do it just with having a conversation. And so we saw the rise of new tools, like Lovable on this slide, like Bolt, that are becoming challengers, that are challenging the way we think. Is this no code? Is this not? Is it code? Is it generated? Doesn't really matter. But it's bringing things to, it's just a new approach, but it gives you one more option. But what I really think is that all this is becoming hybrid. I don't even know how you pronounce that word, and I'm definitely not going to say the title. But so you have a new path, which is those AI tools first. Let's say like you have a conversation, and then you build apps. But those tools are taking things from the visual programming. In Lovable now, you can modify elements from the visual, like from a visual point of view. And then you have a second pass, which is like the established platforms like Bubble or WeWeb, who are using also those AI tools, like leveraging the power of AI to push the limits beyond. I mean, there's no limits anymore. Anything you couldn't build with WeWeb before, now you can do just by generating a custom component. There's no limits. And they will tell you all about it this week, of course. And then there's a third pass. There are newer generation of tools like UES or Sutro, some over there, that you will also be able to discover, that are just trying to build something new, something that's different. And we'll see how it goes. And this is going to be interesting to discover this. And that's also why we're here. Again, I think really those approaches are just complementary. It's not competitive. Different needs, different. There is a need for a way to do things for everyone, for every project, for every options. Of course, we have to talk about agents. Or do we? Do we have to talk about agents? I think we do, but you will have a chance because we're lucky. We have people from N8N, we have people from Make who are going to be there. You can talk with it. But clearly, something happens. I think on LinkedIn, what you read is not the most interesting when it comes to agents, because there is a lot of confusion between what we could do already with automation and what agents really are. But there is a promise that those agents are going to handle increasingly complex tasks without with the less, at least minimal human intervention, I think. And this is going to bring another level of productivity, so we can less work or we can focus on creating whatever we want. But the real question is, for me at least, or at least one of the questions, like with all those powerful capabilities we have now, what are we going to do with this? What are we going to create? How this is impacting the work of freelancers? Many of you are freelancers, many of you are agencies. What are you going to do with this? Are you going to lose your job? Are you going to be able to leverage all this? You have people like Manon here who is going to maybe talk about this, or you can at least see her talk about it with No Code Flow. We have Dylan from Brulance over there. So all those people are going to generate, I think, very interesting conversation. Okay, that's about it for our vision, the current state of no code. It's time to get practical and talk about why we are here. So we are here in this beautiful C30 location by WOW. We have Gabriele over there, he's hiding, but he will talk after, tell us a little bit more about where we are. So this says our creative headquarters, like if we're masters of the Renaissance, we will work here and exchange knowledge that we will bring back then after in our countries. They use no code. They will tell you all about it. It's going to be very interesting. It's a very large space, as you can see. Don't worry, you might get lost in the beginning. We've been here for 3 days. We got lost a little bit this weekend, but it's okay. Don't worry, you will get around. And if you see someone lost, help them. Also, that would be nice. So there is a few rules, of course, with beautiful place like this. need a few rules to respect each other, to respect the place. For us, it's very important that the No Code Week is a safe place, safe event. So, of course, we won't tolerate, and I hope you also won't tolerate any like racist, xenophobic, sexist remarks. Don't do any weird jokes. If someone points out that your joke is inappropriate, please don't argue. Just apologize, and that's it. You know, we never had any problems, but I prefer to emphasize that, so we still keep going, not having any problem. Respect the venue, the organizer, people who work here, respect each other, be kind to each other. That's the most important, the Care Bears. And this will be great. Shit, I went too fast, I missed my transition. But actually, I don't have all my notes, but it's okay. So this is the weather for the week. But it's okay. It's okay because we asked for it. Actually, we really arranged that. We're very happy that it was provided. So you can complain to us. But yeah, so we wanted you to not feel guilty about staying indoors for the whole week. So it's fine. As you know, we have many activities. We have board games also if you want. If you really can't go out or don't want to go out, it will be fine. It will be great. But let's talk about a little bit about the week. I'm not going to go in the whole schedule because there is tons of things. I will every morning just remind you of what's happening during the day. But this is pretty much the canvas. It's all AI generated, as you can guess. There are some mistakes. I had to actually modify some stuff, but it's okay. So there's a lot of workshops. There are talks in the morning. There are activities. There's a hackathon. There's some running under the rain, probably for the warriors. There's a picnic at some point somewhere. I don't know if it would be outside or inside, but who knows? There's a castle visit also. And then there is 2 parties tonight, the aperitivo, traditional Milanese festivities, and then a closing party. I have a very good story about the closing party, but I'm going to keep it for later on because it's too good to be true. But I will tell you because we still need the confirmation that okay. Well, I will tell you another time. We need the confirmation that it's a good story, not a bad story. So every morning we will meet here at 9, or you can come anytime you want, but at 9:30 sharp, we will start the talks. So please be on time, or you can just sit in the back quietly, but please don't disturb the speakers because it's not easy to have a talk like this. There will be coffee every morning at 9, so you can arrive before, have a good coffee, be ready. And then there won't be any Q&A. Never any questions after the talks because the speakers will be available for you for as much as you want. I mean, so that's like the idea is to really keep the conversation going and not without the rush of having to close the session or anything. I will tell you again tomorrow. The workshops are going to happen in the room over there. All the rooms have a theme. Maybe you've noticed when you pass by. This one is the risk room, I think. Yeah, so it's like the strategy room. Workshop. One thing is very important for the workshop. No, there are several things. First thing, before going to workshop, check the requirements. Sometimes you will have to create accounts or do stuff. Please do it beforehand because otherwise you lose time in the workshop. So it's better to do that. Also, if you change your mind, it's possible, it's fine. If you change your mind about attending the workshop, just unregister on the app. That's also very important. You know, there is limitation. Those limitations we do because we think more than 20 people in a workshop is not a workshop anymore. It's like, it cannot be hands-on, it's not comfortable for the speakers or the attendees. So please unregister. And so this way, everyone has a chance to go. And there will be some slight change in the schedule. Potentially, we had to move the bubble workshop, for instance, at the end of the week. So always go on the app, not on the website, but the app, the software app we built to check the times. It's not going to change everything's going to change, but this will always be the source of truth. And beyond the official program, that's a little surprise. I mean, we kind of talked about it, but we have an official track. The unofficial track, the open mic, as we like to call it, it's in the room over there. It's a Mario team room. So in this room, it's 10 people. It's a bit smaller, but this room, everyone can organize a workshop if you want. There is a board. which is not this whiteboard. It was supposed to be, but it's not. There is another. Where is it? I don't know. So there is a chalk, like a blackboard to write in chalk. And you can write there, just write the time, the topic, your name, and you can have a workshop. Just be mindful of the slots. I mean, we'll try. We want to have something a bit auto-organized, so let's see if you manage to organize properly yourself. But so this is a chance for everyone to organize something. If you want to share something, you don't have to be an expert. If you just want to show an app you built or something like this. It's also for the speakers, if they want to make another session, they want to make a deep dive, to keep going, have a conversation, it's possible. So please don't go there to work. There is plenty of other places to work. This really, let's keep it for the conversation and everything. For those who like challenges, we have a hackathon. This will happen, this will start on Wednesday at 6 p.m. It's organized with NA10. For those you probably have seen, hopefully you've seen our wonderful storytelling. We imagined the case of a solar storm over Milano, which would cause a blackout. Coincidentally, this happened actually in Spain recently. I mean, we don't know if it's a solar storm or anything. I mean, actually, no one really knows what happened, which is weird, kind of scary. So we want to be ready for this kind of event. So the idea is to have like a creative hackathon. It's not something super serious. It's really to have fun, to build creative stuff. So we'll talk more about this. There is a few spots. So if you want to register, please do it today. This is very important because tomorrow we will make the teams. So if you want to participate, do it today. Okay, just a few more slides and then we'll be good, but we're getting into the really important stuff. So first of all, if you want to work, if you want to have a desk, like a dedicated desk, it's possible. Of course, this is a co-working space, as you might have noticed. So there are some tables that are for the no-code week, but you have to book them. So this is the QR code. You can scan this. You can book by the day, and then for the whole day, you have a desk that's for you. And there is limited space, of course. So please do it, and then we'll figure out. And then if you have some calls that require some privacy, we have some booths that look like this, actually. Those will be, so it's the booth over there. I mean, I think there are several in space. Those are reserved for the people who have bookings for the co-working space. Again, there is limited, so we need to organize. So this is like the tables for the co-working space. So really, please arrange yourself so it's all well organized and everyone has a chance to do their calls. If you have a full day of calls, maybe you'll be better at your hotel. I don't know. This is up to you. And also, you should enjoy the event, of course. A few last things. So those are the space where you can hang out. The cafeteria, you've all seen upstairs. You can hang out there. You can have coffee, tea, soft drinks. Then the Agora. Agora is this space. After we finish the talks, you can hang out here. You can stay. You can do whatever you want. It's fine. And then there is the break room, which is near the kitchen, which is somewhere like this, I think, or no? Ah, okay. Okay, well, ask people for the break room, and you will find. Ask Stan. Everyone should ask Stan, and you'll figure out. First day is orientation. It's okay. One thing also with your bracelets, you can get coffee, tea, and soft drinks at the cafeteria. So enjoy it for the whole week. And there's also food there. This is not included, but you can buy lunch. And you can also bring your own food, especially if you go in the break room. There's a supermarket next to close by, so you can enjoy, especially if it's raining or anything, you can have food here. And then one last thing that's important, of course, in 2020, I know it's not the good slide, sorry. So this is our friend Yannick, who was at the door yesterday. So if you don't want to get stuck like Yannick, no, I'm kidding. He wasn't stuck, but I used the photo to show the front door. So you have to ring, and then you have to show, this is the entrance now for the, okay, so this has changed, sorry. So this slide, don't watch it. So it was just to make fun of Yannick. Sorry. So you the whole week, everyone. Okay, so you enter through the garage door, probably like you did today. Okay, and then last thing, social media. Where is here Sonia, who is our social media manager, joined the team. So if you have, please share things on social media. Please do it. Use those hashtags. You can tag us. You can do whatever. Sonia will be very happy. It's nice to make her happy. And one last thing, very important. You might have noticed there's a monkey bridge in the cafeteria. No, shit, I totally missed my transitions. Not okay. Before we talk about the monkey bridge, there is a photo album actually. So we have here a photographer who has not like this photo. He has pink hair now, which is over there, and you can upload your photos of the event. If you tag this QR code, it's a Bubble app. You can use it to upload photos, and it's going to be a shared album. And so we don't have to use fake Renaissance images anymore. Okay, so this is the monkey bridge. What it means, like, don't use it. Just don't climb in the cafeteria. Don't use it. I don't know why there's this guy that appeared on the image, but it's really funny. Okay, last thing, almost there. The QR code for this, please upload your photos. Yeah, I forgot to say one thing that's very important. Please ask permission to take photos of people. Don't post photos of people you don't know, didn't give you their consent. This is important for us. Not everyone wants to be on social media, so don't. It's good. You have this. Okay, so today, I got a bit tired of generating images, so now it's just today. So when I finish, Gabriele will tell you about WOW, and then we have 3 workshops this afternoon. 2 of them are just sitting next to each other, Elise and Alex. Thank you, Elise, for being the very first one this afternoon. It's not easy to be the first, so congratulations. We can round of applause. And then there's Felipe also. I don't know, Felipe, are you here? Here. So yeah, again, please check the requirements, be ready for the workshop. And we will soon somehow lift the 4 workshop limit. This we will write you on WhatsApp, but we will do it just like after this presentation around noon. Okay, so this is the team. I wanted to make a joke. I generated this. I didn't really like it, so we'll keep the official one. Just to tell you just a few words, just to give a round of applause to Amandine, who's upstairs taking care of all the logistics. Nice. Thank you. So we have Stan over there who's doing like the technical stuff. He's also in charge of the drinks, the party. So it's also nice. And it's hard to explain that joke in English. So it's the plural forms in French are complicated, even for us. And then we have Sonia over there. Thank you for joining us this year. And it's really nice to... And I'm Alexis. I'm in charge of the content and the partnerships. This, of course, you can keep uploading our partners. We're very happy to have. I will tell you more about them every morning, actually. So this you can list. No Code Flow, WeWeb, Tally, Wiglot, No Code Italy. Are you here, Jinlong? Oh, yeah. Underdogs Group, WOW, who are welcoming us, N8N, UES, Sutro, Make, Softer, Bubble, Brulance, and Xeno. Well, I will tell you more about all of them. And now I think there is one last thing, is that we should let the no-code renaissance begin. Thank you.